Hail and hello, it's Topher W. Henry, the president of the Asatru community. I was supposed to be here live with you today, but just discovered right before trying to post live that apparently I have been banned from posting live videos for 28 more days because of something that either was said or that was part of a video that I posted, which I think most of you all here have seen what types of posts I've been doing, posts of hope and togetherness and celebrating the Yule season and all of our seasonal bloats and things like that. But Facebook is not being forthcoming as to telling me what caused the block. So for now, until I can go live again, I'm going to have to post these types of videos. So rather than continue to bore you with the nonsense that goes on at Facebook, I'm just going to get into it. I did want to have a live Q&A session today, so the next one that I'm able to go live, which apparently will be about this time next month, I guess, please come with your questions. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have or discuss anything that you would like to discuss. Have any questions about any of our lore or how to practice our lore, please come with those questions for the next what hopefully will be live bloat moving forward. I'm not fireside today, as it is pretty cold and very snow covered outside here in Friendship, Indiana. We've still got about 6 or 8 inches of snow on the ground, but apparently it's going to get up to about 45 degrees later tonight. So I think most of that's going to melt away, but it's very beautiful around here right now, everything covered in snow. You probably can hear a little bit of music in the background. We're going to keep it in the background so that we don't get in any trouble, but what you're hearing is the new album Vitraven from Wardruna, and if you did not know, Vitraven translates to white raven. So on the inside of the cover you can see, there's the cover. It's kind of hard to see the details, but inside there is the white raven. And I will send out a free copy, a free autographed, and I'll put a sigil in there for you, for anyone or the first person that can tell me in this post what character from our religion has a white raven or uses a white raven. So, or Vitraven. Okay, so things, I didn't really have a big agenda today, but I did, like I said, I initially intended this to be more of a question and answer session and give you some updates on things. Let me get this camera mounted here. There we go. All right. So as I was saying, I didn't really have a lot on the agenda today other than wanting to do some Q&A. So since we can't do that, I'm going to discuss a few things. So first of all, if you have not heard, we do have the mugs that we're selling on Etsy, on our Etsy shop. If you search for TAC Web Store, all one word, TAC Web Store, you can find it on Etsy. And I'm extending the sale of the mugs, which are limited edition mugs. One representing the first bloat in the Hof here, which when completed will be the first Asatru temple for the Asatru community here in Friendship, Indiana. So that is a one-time mug that says First Bloat 2020 on it. And then the other mug is what I call the Founders mug. And it states, it has the TAC logo and states that it is, that TAC was established in 2012. So we're getting very close to a very important reunion or anniversary for the Asatru community coming up next year. And hopefully we'll be able to do something big with that. here in our community in Friendship, Indiana, basically right across the street from where we're at is a large campground, and they hold festivals and different types of events there throughout the summer, and we are hoping to put together a Viking festival here starting in 2022 is the plan, and I would love that to be around the time of the 10th anniversary of the Asatru community. So more on that as we get closer to the date. I'm going to lower this just a little bit here. All right, that's a little better. There we go. So update on the Hoff itself. There has not been able to do a lot of work here in the last couple of weeks other than doing some cleanup out there. We still need to get in there and close up holes and stuff. I do not have a ladder that goes up to 25 foot high, and none of my friendly neighbors around here do either. So I wanted to thank everyone that donated to my birthday fund for the Hoff, which ended up bringing in over $700, which is amazing. That's going to go a long way towards getting the Hoff ready and weatherized. Because right now it's basically board and a half-inch thick board that is, or an inch thick board that is separating us from the outside world, and it's a little cold out there. And heaters don't really help. It's just too much openings between the planks, plus 20 feet up there's still a large 24 by 24 hole where a window eventually will go. But that money from my birthday donation is going to go towards getting the walls sealed up and putting coverings on the wall. We're going to put insulation behind that. We're going to keep as much of the original board, or at least the original structural beams, open as possible. And then I hope to put planks the goal is cedar planks around all the walls on top of insulation. Eventually I would like to have a Mjolnir made in a stained glass, which can go in the window hole that we have right now. And I also need to construct 4 God poles. What I'd like to do, depending on how things go, obviously we'll have to play it by ear as far as how things are going with the pandemic and everything, but right now I'm hoping to have a gathering at the Hoff to celebrate it, and also to get a group of people that are handy, carpentry skills and electrical skills and things like that, that can come here and help us get a lot of work done there and get it ready to start having gatherings in 2021 when we can do so. I mean, we're really close. Once it gets warmer, it's not going to be an issue, but until we can get the walls and everything closed up, I want to try to keep the bats out this year and all the birds from making nests inside of it. So we definitely need to get that all closed up before springtime or early summer. So right now I'm going to tentatively schedule the final weekend in May for a gathering of people that will come here and stay over the weekend and help out with projects that need to be taken care of in the Hoff. I'll feed you, give you a place to sleep, might be in the Hoff, but I'd like to get maybe 8 or 10 people here that could really help. I am very good in things relating to the mind, but in things relating to the hand, when it comes to construction, I do not have a lot of skills. I follow direction well, so if we could get a great person that knows carpentry and feels like leading a team, I'll be there to be part of that team, but I'm not the leader when it comes to that type of thing. More of an esoteric professional, I guess you could say. But I'll keep everyone updated on that as we get closer to that time. We'll get an actual set date and a firm for sure that we can do so, that we can gather and do this. One of the things that we are working on right now as well, the Asatru community as a business, as you would say, I am getting the Asatru community registered here in the state of Indiana, so we will be extending our 501c3 here to Indiana, so that the temple that we're building, the Hof, can be legally recognized as a temple, or as such. So that hopefully will be done within the next month. And another very exciting thing that we are working on, Jorvik Oglesby, our vice president, and Chris Red have been working together on this, along with Seth as well, getting all the documents together that we needed. But we have applied to have the Asatru community added to the list of the COC, which is a fundraising program used with military members. The closest analogous thing to it would be the United Way, which I'm sure many of you have donated to the United Way through work programs in the past. So basically the COC is similar to the United Way, in which service members can select a charity to donate X amount per paycheck or per year, and it automatically comes out of their paycheck and things like that. What is extremely exciting about this is, well, first of all, even having the opportunity of being listed in here could go a long way to help continuing fund our programs like our military relief programs, and help build Hofs not only here in Indiana, but the next one, I think we need one in California, and then another on the East Coast, which would give us one on both coasts and one right in the middle of the country. Would help us be able to raise money to do that, but also we would be the first pagan, heathen group in that book. So when our soldiers and our military members look through that list of who they can donate, we are hoping that the government will approve our application. We haven't heard back yet, but everything has been submitted. We've got all our ducks in a row. Jorvik's got everything taken care of. Now we're just waiting to hear back. If we are accepted, we would be in the COC catalog that would come out in the fall. And once it's all set up, we would basically immediately begin receiving monthly donations from that into our bank account, which could really do a lot of great things for our community and our members. So very excited about that possibility. Hopefully the next time we're able to go live, I'll be able to tell you the good news that yes, we are in there. So hoping everyone please pray to the gods for this, because it could be a huge opportunity for us. So what else? I often get asked for recommendations of reading materials, and people just ask me what are you currently reading. So I thought I would discuss a few of the books that I am currently reading. I think many people out there that read a lot, I don't just read one book front to cover. I typically have 2 or 3 that I'm reading at the same time. It's just, I don't know, it works better for me. I get a little bit bored with something, and I'll grab another book and start reading that, and I'll go through them. I take notes on things, and when I make discoveries, that helps with, I'm constantly digging into
anything that I can find out that's historically accurate about Asatru or about the Nordic belief system and the Celtic belief system, which leads me to one of the books that I'm currently reading. It's called Nordic Aliens, and this one is called And the Fairies of Ireland. It speaks about the Tuatha De Danann, which are considered to be like the Alfar of the Celtic belief system. And what I thought was very interesting about this book, and one of the reasons why I decided to look into it, and I can tell you I'm not very far into it yet, but some really great information. Lars Bergen is the publisher, and he's got, I think, about 9 or 10 of these. They're all titled Nordic Aliens, but they all have other different specific things. The reason why they're all called Nordic Aliens is that it kind of follows along with, if you're a fan of ancient aliens on the History Channel, it does kind of discuss the idea of, you know, us being visited in the past by aliens who were, you know, believed to be gods because of their technology and science, and in the case of the Tuatha De Danann, the magic in which they wielded. The Nordic aliens are tall, fair-skinned, red-haired, blue-eyed, green-eyed, and also they discuss these 4 mythical cities that Lars Bergen, through all of the documents that he has investigated and looked into, documents going back to the 1500s, 14 and 1500s, that were written by monks that talk about the Tuatha De Danann as living beings and being, you know, this godlike race. Manannán mac Lir, who is a Celtic hero, who the Isle of Man is named after, he is said to have brought the Gauls, or the first of the, not Gauls, I'm sorry, the first of the Celtic blood to Ireland. And he is said to have driven the Tuatha De Danann underground. So whether that is a true historic thing or how it was just perceived, I think it's interesting that, and he proposes in this book that, you know, these Nordic aliens were, you know, came and settled in these 4 cities that he believes was in Norway. And the gene that causes the fair skin and the green eyes and the red hair, he believes came from them. So there's a lot of other interesting things in there, which he talks about discoveries of fair-skinned, red-haired remains found in mountains in India, in South America, and all of this. So they believe that they were a very advanced, technologically, race of people or alien that traveled the world way before anybody thought they were around. So very interesting book so far. As I said, I'm going to flip the album. The second book that I'm currently reading is by one of my favorite authors, Raven Caldera, and it is the Jotunbok. This is a book all about the Jotun, all of the Ettins and all of the giants and Thurs. Excellent book. I'm currently reading the section on what they call the shadow gods, or the Roker, who have their own set of runes. But reading the section about the Roker, which are the gods such as Loki and whole section on Loki. Huge section on Loki, which is why I'm excited about reading this. Sigyn and a lot of the other shadow gods. But what's really great about this is not only does it discuss them, but it puts in different ceremonies that you can perform to these gods or demigods, or I like to think of them as elementals, really, because if you think about the trolls and the ettins, or frost and earth and fire giants, you know, they are the elemental beings. The Fae folk or the Alfar, you know, they kind of fall into the same class of these different types of beings that I think really did at one point populate the land, and they are still there. They hide, but I believe that they have the ability to go between here and another plane of existence, and where the gods can access as well, you know, like the 9 realms. So excellent book, and this is also part of a series that Raven, this is, I'm trying to see if he has the other books in here, but I've got just about all of Raven's books, and hopefully I will be able to announce very soon a possible collaboration with Raven Caldera. So can't announce it yet, but I'm just going to tease it. So and the final book that I'm going through, which also from one of my favorite authors, and it's really just a small booklet. It's called The Ecstasy and the Fury, 9 Nights with Odin. And you select 9 nights, and each night there's a different ritual that you can do for Odin. It's basically like a prayer dedication book to Odin. I think it was only like $7.95 on Amazon, but Galina Kraskova, who works with Raven quite often, put this together. Very cool, very easy book to go through, and all the rituals, very few of them need much materials or additional items to perform the rituals each night. So highly recommend this one. Excuse me, highly recommend that one as well. So that's pretty much all I had to discuss today. I'm extending the sale on those mugs through tonight. I am going to shut that down tonight. So if you had them saved in the in your bin online, order tonight, or they're going away forever. These 2 mugs will never be printed again. There will be another mug coming out. I'm thinking probably June is what I'm going to shoot for. And I believe that one's going to be referring to, it's going to be a TAC Shield Wall mug, but more on that as we get closer. So thank you all for tuning in. Sorry this was not live, and we could have chatted together, but you know, sometimes things are out of our control, and we just have to follow the rules, I guess, of Facebook, the ever-changing ones of Facebook. So be careful out there, and I hope to speak to everyone soon. Hail to the Alfar, hail to the Landvater, hail to the Acer, hail to the Vanir, and hail to the charter members of the Asatru community. Thanks, everyone.